My general practitioner referred me to a cardiologist whose name is Dr. Peterson. He did an examination. He looked at my neck veins, which were bulging, and suspected that there was something wrong with my heart. And after a series of tests, they discovered I had constrictive pericarditis. If I had continued to ignore the condition, the symptoms that I had had, I believe, according to what I've read on the internet, eventually I would have probably had a heart attack or a stroke. The right side of my heart was being squeezed. It was about half the size it should have been, and my septum was pushed over because I had so much fluid buildup. So it sounded like it was a pretty serious thing. I'm fairly young. I've always taken good care of myself. I've always eaten right. Didn't expect to have anything wrong with my heart. I got these 2 little boys at home. I wasn't happy about it at all. I was very scared. Not the best way to be introduced to a hospital. The doctor came into the room and explained what the condition was, and he said, in 2 days you will be having surgery. Essentially, we've just got to cut you down the middle and go in and scrape the lining of your heart. Pretty intense. The very first thing I thought about, I had a picture of my 2 boys with me when I was in the hospital, and all I did was just show the doctor the picture of the kids and said, you just can't let me die. I've got 2 4-year-olds. Matthew came home in December. He's just getting used to the family. He needs his mother. He's been 3 years in an orphanage. Wouldn't be a good time to die, so do whatever you have to do to save me. And they did. My first question with the doctor was, should I go somewhere else and have this surgery done? And he just smiled, and he was very nice about it, but it turns out he's probably one of the best surgeons in the country for this, so I was very lucky to have this done where I did. Very lucky. Interesting, I thought, Ellis, like any other hospital, would people would just be numbers. I didn't really expect people to be treated like people, but I was surprised at how humane everything was and how well treated the patients were. I was kind of surprised about that. Now that I am on the mend, I'm looking forward to jumping in the leaves with my kids this fall and also sledding with them in the winter.
How about your husband? What about him?
What about him? He just wants to nap.
He just wants to
He's
nap.
exhausted. He's exhausted. The poor guy has done everything. I've got all the child care, all the taking him to daycare, all the cleaning, all the cooking, all the laundry. I couldn't do anything when I first came home. I couldn't lift anything.
So it's a good thing that he's around.
Thank God.